Welcome to at the town hall tonight on Wednesday, October 11th, 2023 at 6:30 p.m. If you would, please stand for the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing and remember those who are serving in harm's way. Thank you. We'll start with Councilor White, number 3.
Public input.
Public input.
Would anybody like to speak on behalf of any of the agenda items?
Good evening, Judy Boyke. Number 14, which is the approval of the hiring of Carrie Davis as a part-time deputy tax receiver. I'm reading this and it says Carrie will be replacement for the incumbent. Who's the incumbent? There is no deputy supervisor
Where do you get
or
that?
deputy receiver of taxes. Number 14.
The tax receiver deputy is leaving. I don't know why it says incumbent. Why does it say incumbent, Tracy, on the bottom of that?
HR person, and that's her resolution she sent to us.
Because I do believe that's incorrect.
Okay, we can remove it.
It's not an incumbent. And when I read it, I thought, gee, Nicole is leaving at first when I read it. So,
Okay, we can remove it. Thank you.
okay. Thank you.
Just ended at $18 an hour.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah. Anyone else? That being said, we'll start with number 3.
Approval of abstracts. Move for the adoption of a resolution approving abstracts number 40 of 2023 dated 10/4/2023 and number 41 dated 10/11/2023.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Vote no or abstain, passed. Number 4, Councilor Carp.
Town of Cicero Board, findings of fact and conclusions, applicant CVE North America Incorporated, type special use permit for tier 3 solar energy system for 5 megawatt facility. The property 9155 Brewerton Road, tax map number 118.02-10.1. General issue summary. The subject property in consideration is owned by an LLC known as 8961 Route 11 Properties LLC and consists of 96.22 plus or minus acres of land located generally at 9155 Brewerton Road. The property is listed by the county as vacant commercial 330 classification. The applicant wants to construct and maintain a 5.0 megawatt photovoltaic power system on the land with the building of a new gravel access drive, post-driven solar racking, utility lines, and equipment. The access point will be directly from Mud Mill Road. The applicant is seeking a special use permit to build and operate the facility. The surrounding area is a mix of land uses, including woodlands, wetlands, agricultural, commercial, and residential single-family homes. The site is located directly south of a town park and north of a public golf course. The applicant submitted a full environmental assessment form or EAF. Development is not expected to be phased. A copy of the EAF is attached here too. Public hearings conducted. The town of Cicero conducted a full official public hearing on September 13th, 2023, addressing the application for a special use permit to operate a tier 3 facility and associated issues. Minutes from the public hearings are available from the town clerk or on the town website and are attached here too. The applicant presented the form of the proposed development. Applicant says the site has few abutting residences and claims near zero visual impacts. This position was greatly disputed by the board and members of the public. The applicant stated the land is low value and a good portion of the project is on wetlands. The proposal anticipates the land along Route 11 will be left alone and parceled off, allowing for future developments. The applicant and owner expressed the importance of tax revenue, the possibility of a pilot, and a 10% discount for residents of the town. Solar farms in Cicero are fully taxable pursuant to the opt-out of the solar exemption. The applicant also expressed disagreement with the determination of the planning board. Some members of the public, among other concerns considered by the board, expressed the following concerns of note. 1, visual impact. Some members of the public spoke against the project, objecting to visual disruption caused by the panels, racks, and poles. The applicant countered the panels were far from the visual path. This was disputed. 2, the need to construct vegetative screening around the project was discussed at length. 3, several speakers noted the area was already burdened by solar fields, and that the proposed use was not the best use of this land long term. 4, several members of the public spoke against the project, noting the Onondaga County Planning Board recommended the town wait for a new comprehensive plan. And other members spoke against the possible use of batteries at the project. There was also an expression regarding the need to not overburden the fire and first responders. Town Planning Board. 1, the Town of Cicero Planning Board conducted a review of the proposed project and heard from both the applicant and the public. The Town Planning Board issued a negative or disapproval recommendation and report to the Town Board. Chief among the Planning Board concerns was the fact the area was already overburdened by commercial solar projects. Planning Board also found the project of this magnitude should not be approved prior to completion of the comprehensive plan. A copy of the Planning Board report and findings are attached here too. Some Planning Board members Some planning board concerns are the overburdening of the immediate area with too many solar projects. The applicant disagreed with the planning board findings, which are also to be attached here too as an exhibit. A consultant attempted to dispute the finding of overburden area. Findings. 1, this application for zone change is properly classified as a type 1 action for the purpose of seeker compliance. During the process, the town board questioned the potential environmental impacts and decided that in lieu of submission of a full draft environmental impact statement, the developer needed to submit the following information report to supplement the filed and duly considered EAF long form. A, proposed site plans. It must be noted the developer did not submit photo comparison submissions, SHIPO archaeological study, and draft SWPPP submitted. The applicant did not present in a New York State Department of Agriculture market study regarding mitigation for agricultural lands. 2, the town board finds this project, if approved, would overburden the area which already contains several large-scale solar projects. Town board believes there's already a sufficient amount of solar projects in the area, and we do not want to create an exclusionary solar district in the area. 3, the town board finds the proposed project is not the best use of the land in question, and we believe the preservation of a mix of farm and residential land in the area is an important goal referenced in our solar regulations. Preservation of some farm, residential, and commercial lands is a legitimate balancing goal, and we do not want to turn the area into an exclusively solar-dominated area. 4, we acknowledge receipt of the GML recommendation report of the Onondaga County Planning Department. OCPB resolved modifications relative to wetland impacts and provided comment encouraging the town to conduct infrastructure and land use planning for this area as part of its comprehensive plan update. 5, the town board finds another large-scale solar project in the area should not be approved in the absence of the completion of a new town comprehensive plan. We note the town is engaged in efforts to create a comprehensive plan that we anticipate will address solar farms overburdening and other considerations for the area. Accordingly, we find the proposed project should not be approved until the town comprehensive plan is complete. Conclusion, the town board hereby adopts these findings. And now for a seeker. You want me to read? Okay.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Wish to vote no or abstain? Passed.
You want me to read the seeker too?
Please.
Do we need the seeker if we adopt those findings, Mr. Jermaine? Okay. Resolution pursuant to State Environmental Quality Review Act in the matter of the application of CVE North America Incorporated 9155 Brewerton Road, tax map number 118.02-10.1, seeking a special use permit from the town board for approval to install and operate a proposed photovoltaic array tier 3 solar energy system on the property. Whereas pursuant to Article 8 of the New York State Environmental Conservation Law, as amended in the regulations of the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation promulgated thereunder, collectively seeker, the town board of the town of Cicero, Onondaga County, New York, hereinafter the board, is required to make a determination with respect to the environmental impact of any action as defined by seeker to be taken in regard to the instant application hereinafter the action. And whereas pursuant to seeker, the board desires to determine whether the action may have a significant adverse impact on the environment as defined by seeker. And whereas to aid the board in determining whether the action may have a significant impact upon the environment, the board has reviewed a long-form environmental assessment form, hereinafter the EAF, a copy of which is on file at the Development Office of the town of Cicero. And whereas the board, with input from its engineers and experts, as well as have consulted with various interested parties, viewed the site, reviewed documentation regarding environmental impacts, including but not limited to the applicant's long-form EAF Part 1, and has otherwise undertaken the requisite hard look with respect to the action. Now, therefore, be resolved by the board as follows. 1, based on the foregoing examination of the EAF and the criteria contained in 6 NYCRR section 617.7, the board makes the following determination with respect to the action. A, the action may have a potential significant adverse impact on the environment that cannot be mitigated. And B, as a consequence of the foregoing, the board hereby directs that positive declaration be issued with respect to the action. 2, the clerk of the town of Cicero is hereby directed to file this declaration. 3, this resolution shall take effect immediately.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Before,
What?
aye,
Sorry.
sorry. We're good.
All right, we're good.
No discussion?
No.
Okay,
Good.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Should vote no or abstain? Passed.
Decision, move the adoption resolution to approve, to deny the application known as CVE North America Incorporated for a special use permit for the property located at 9155 Brewerton Road, tax map number 118.02-10.1 to accommodate a proposed tier 3 solar energy system.
To be known as local law number 10 of,
No, since we're denying it, it's not going to be a local law.
pardon me?
Since we're
Oh,
denying it,
oh,
it will
yeah,
not be
I
a
got
local
you.
law.
So I will second.
Second
And then quick question,
Sure.
Robert, I just want to clarify, I mean, I know I'm right, but so voting yes, by voting yes, you're voting no. Okay. Denial, okay, we're good.
With the roll call? Tracy? Okay,
Yes.
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 Aye.
aye.
Let me do the next one too, right?
Please.
All right. Okay. Town of Cicero Board, findings of fact and conclusions. Applicant NYCDG Onondaga 4 LLC, type change of zone from R15 residential agricultural to commercial solar zone, property 5728 Crabtree Lane, Cicero, New York, 13039, tax map number 48.00-5-37.1. General issue summary. The subject property consideration is owned by Julius Mouts and is known as 5728 Crabtree Lane. The property consists of approximately 91.07 plus or minus acres of land located generally surrounded by residential developments and agricultural lands. The property is listed by the county as rural residential classification. The applicant wants to lease the property from the owner to construct and maintain a 3.25 megawatt photovoltaic power system on the land with the building of a new gravel access drive, post-driven solar racking, utility lines, and equipment. The applicant as lessee is seeking a change of zone to commercial solar to accommodate the project. The surrounding area is a mix of land uses, including woodlands, wetlands, agricultural, commercial, and residential single-family homes. The applicant submitted a full environmental assessment form, or EAF. Development is not expected to be phased. A copy of the EAF is attached here too. Public hearings conducted. The town of Cicero conducted a full official public hearing on September 13, 2023, addressing the application for a zone change to commercial solar as a prerequisite to building and operating a tier 3 facility and associated issues. Minutes from the public hearings are available on the town clerk or on the town website and are attached here too. The applicant presented the form of the proposed development. Applicant says the site has few abutting residences and states there will be little visual impact. This position was disputed by members of the public. Some members of the public, among other concerns considered by the board, expressed the following concerns of note. 1, visual impact. Some members of the public spoke against the project, objecting to visual disruption caused by the panels, racks, and poles. They also stated the proposed area was very close to residences. 2, several speakers noted the area was already burdened by solar fields. The proposed use was not the best use of this land long term. 3, several members of the public spoke against the project, noting OCPB recommended the town wait for the new comprehensive plan. Another member spoke against the possible use of batteries in the project. There was also an expression regarding the need not to overburden fire and first responders. Town Planning Board. 1, the Town of Cicero Planning Board conducted a review of the proposed project and heard from both the applicant and the public. The Town Planning Board issued a negative or disapproval recommendation and report to the town board. Chief among the planning board concerns was the fact that the area was already overburdened by commercial solar projects. The planning board also found that a project of this magnitude should not be approved prior to completion of the comprehensive plan. A copy of the planning board report and findings are attached here too. Some planning board concerns are the overburning of the immediate area with too many solar projects. Findings. 1, this application for zone changes properly classifies a type 1 action for the purpose of seeker compliance. During the process, the town board questioned the potential environmental impacts and decided that in lieu of submission of a full draft environmental impact statement, developer needed to submit submit the following information and reports to supplement the filed and duly considered EAF long form. A, proposed site plans. It must be noted the developer did not submit photo comparison submissions, SHIP or archaeological study, draft SWPPP submitted. The applicant did not present any New York State Department of Agricultural Market study regarding mitigation for agricultural lands. 2, the town board finds this project, if approved, would overburden the area, which already contains several large-scale solar projects. The town board believes there is already a sufficient amount of solar projects in the area, and we do not want to create an exclusionary solar district in the area. 3, the town board finds the proposed project is not the best use of the land in question, and we believe the preservation of a mix of farm and residential land in the area is an important goal referenced in our solar regulations. Preservation of some farm, residential, and commercial lands is a legitimate balancing goal, and we do not want to turn the area into an exclusively solar-dominated area. Furthermore, we find this site to be surrounded by residential development, and the fitting of a solar farm on approximately 17.5 acres of the overall parcel is not the best use of the land long term. 4, we acknowledge receipt of the GML recommendation report of the Onondaga County Planning Department. OCPB recommended the town explore an alternate strategy for full site zoning rather than the proposed project. The OCPB recommended waiting to evaluate the project after the town's new comprehensive plan currently under consideration is finalized. The OCPB also discourages development in the nearby Mud Creek area. 5, the town board finds another large-scale solar project in the area should not be approved in the absence of the completion of a new town comprehensive plan. We note the town is engaged in efforts to create a comprehensive plan that we anticipate will address solar farms, overburdening, and other considerations for the area. Accordingly, we find the proposed project should not be approved until a town comprehensive plan is complete. 6, the town board finds the proposed site is located in a densely populated residential part of the town, and the town wants and needs to encourage preservation of space for residential and recreational uses. Accordingly, we find the proposed project should not be approved. Conclusion, the town board hereby adopts these findings.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Vote no or abstain, passed.
All right, seeker, resolution pursuant to the State Environmental Quality Review Act. In the matter of the application of NYCDG Onondaga 4 LLC, BW Solar Holding Incorporated, 5728 Crabtree Lane, tax map number 048.05-37.1 for a proposed zone change from R15 and Ag to commercial solar. Whereas pursuant to Article 8 of the New York State Environmental Conservation Law as amended and the regulations of the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation promulgated thereunder, collectively seeker, the town board of the town of Cicero, Onondaga County, New York, here and after the board is required to make a determination with respect to the environmental impact of any action as defined by seeker to be taken in regard to the instant application here and after the action. And whereas pursuant to seeker, the board desires to determine whether the action may have a significant adverse impact on the environment as defined by seeker. And whereas to aid the board in determining whether the action may have significant impact on the environment, the board has reviewed a long-form environmental assessment form here and after the EAF, a copy of which is on file at the Development Office of the Town of Cicero. And whereas the board, with input from its engineers and experts, as well as has consulting with various interested parties, viewed the site, reviewed documentation regarding environmental impacts, including but not limited to the applicant's long-form EAF Part 1, and has otherwise undertaken the requisite hard look with respect to the action, now therefore be resolved by the town board as follows. 1, based upon the foregoing, an examination of the EAF and the criteria contained in 6 NYCRR section 617.7, the board makes the following determination with respect to the action. A, the action may have a potential significant adverse impact on the environment that cannot be mitigated. And B, as a consequence of the foregoing, the board hereby directs that positive declaration be issued with respect to the action. 2, the clerk of the town of Cicero is hereby directed to file this declaration. 3, this resolution shall take effect immediately.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Vote no or abstain, passed.
Decision, move the adoption resolution to deny the application known as NYCDG Onondaga 4 LLC, BW Solar Holding Incorporated for a change in zoning district from residential R15 and agricultural ag to commercial solar for the property located at 5728 Crabtree Lane. Tax map number is 048.05-37.1 to accommodate a tier 3 solar development of the property.
Second.
Discussion.
You want a roll call vote again?
Yep. Go ahead, Trace.
Counselor Carr,
Aye.
Counselor Maurizio.
Aye.
Counselor White,
Yes.
Counselor Bacallo.
Aye.
Supervisor Aragano.
Aye. We're on number 7. Okay, pardon me, 6. The public hearing was closed for the increase to the maximum income eligibility limits relative to partial exemptions for residents age 65 and older. Back on September 27th, a town board meeting was held.
Well, so it was closed. You just want me to read the.
And it was closed. An announcement that the public hearing was closed at the Town of Cicero Town Board meeting held on September 27, 2023. Move for the adoption resolution that the town action to adopt a new local law number 10 of 2023 by enacting an increase to the maximum income eligibility limits relative to the partial exemption for residents age 65 and over, according to the published matrix, and adding the requirement that the term income shall include distributions received from an individual retirement account and individual retirement annuity that were included in the applicant's federal adjusted gross income and the United Action for the purpose of seeker compliance. The
Second.
No, not yet. I'm not done.
Sorry, my bad.
The proposed adoption involves no permit granting authorities outside the town. The proposed action will not have a negative effect on the environment and therefore does not require the preparation of a draft environmental impact statement.
Now I'll second.
And there you go. Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Yes.
Vote no, or abstain, passed. Whereas it is the desire of the town to repeal local law 23 of 2008, which allowed for deductions of medical and prescription drug expenses from the income calculations for the purposes of qualifying for partial real property tax exemptions for seniors and persons with disabilities. Whereas the town duly held a public hearing on September 13th, 2023. Now therefore be it resolved, the town hereby approves local law number 10 of the 2023, repealing local law number 23 of 2008 in its entirety. This local law shall be effective upon filing with the Secretary of State. Resolved that the term of income shall include distributions received from an individual retirement account or individual retirement annuity that was included in the applicant's federal adjusted gross income. This local law shall be effective upon filing with the Secretary of State.
So I'll second that for purposes of discussion, but I got a question.
Go ahead.
Well, so this local law repeals local law 23 of 2008 in its entirety, right?
It's backwards, isn't
It is backwards.
But
Yeah.
the next one also repeals local law 23 of 2008.
It should be exceeding the.
Tax cap.
No,
So the income credit.
then the next one should be the
Correct.
medical prescriptions.
Okay, let's.
Right, but hold on a second.
Yeah, let's start over here.
Well, but both of the decisions for,
Say
for 6 and 7, both say we're repealing local law 23 of 2008 in its entirety.
Yeah, it's,
So these were two separate,
they were two separate.
They
The
were
first one,
exemption
the
income
first one was the income limits. The
Correct.
next one was the medical.
right? So shouldn't we be repealing it by section? I mean, like, or
Hang on one second.
bring up E code 360. Because we.
It was right last time on the agenda.
It was. It's like, it looks like it's the same thing twice almost.
Yes.
Correct. Correct. There are two local laws. One's
Right, I'm
repealing,
seeing 10
one's
of both.
adding.
To create, but they both say.
Yeah,
repeal
one's-
law
yeah,
23,
yeah.
2008.
Yep.
So it's creating two new ones, but they both.
Yeah. Both of these say they're repealing local law of 23, number 23 of 2008 in its entirety, which obviously
It's not.
can't be the case.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but we got to figure out what exactly it is we're repealing or.
23 of 2008.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're repealing
Okay.
the medical.
Robert, looking at it, they both have the same drug expenses
So this, okay.
information in them.
Yeah, we got yeah, that's the problem. All right,
The agenda last time, or the agenda last time, they were correct.
okay, I got the proper language here. Thank you, Ms. Castleman. You want me to do it? Or do you want me to
Please
do
go
it?
ahead.
Okay,
Yes.
so with respect to number 6. So let's strike what you just read.
You got it.
I withdraw my second, I guess, because I
Sure.
seconded it for discussion. All right. Is that procedurally okay, Mr. Jermaine? Okay,
Sure.
thank you. Right. Whereas it is desire of the town to increase said exemption to the maximum allowable under real property tax law, section 467, as amended by chapter 488 of the laws of 2022, and to include within the definition of income distributions received from an individual retirement account or individual retirement annuity that were included in the applicant's federal adjusted gross income. And whereas this town duly held a public hearing on, what were the dates?
13th.
September 13th in last meeting too, right?
It was just last
Just
meeting,
last meeting.
September
because it
27th.
wasn't right last time either.
September 27th,
Seventh.
2023.
Correct.
Now therefore be it resolved, the town hereby approves and adopts local law 10
Yep.
of 2023, increasing the income limitation to the maximum allowable under section 467 of the New York State Real Property Tax Law, which schedule is set forth below effective for the 2024 assessment roll, and be it further resolved that the term income shall include distributions received from an individual retirement account or individual retirement annuity that were included in the applicant's federal adjusted gross income. This law shall become effective upon filing with the Secretary of State. I don't need to read the schedule. Do I,
No.
Mr. Jermaine? Okay.
No.
I'll second.
Discussion. All in favor?
So all we're doing on this one, apologize, Mr. Supervisor, this is just the exemption.
Just
part.
the exemption part, correct.
Got it.
So this allows and credits higher income. Is this correct? I'm asking Karen over here. This allows more folks who make up to $58,399.99 to apply for this. Okay, anybody else? Nope, all in favor?
Aye.
Vote no or abstain, passed.
You know what? I'll do it.
Yeah, do the other one.
All right, so decision to consider repealing local law 23 of 2008, which amended chapter 190 taxation with regard to income calculations for senior citizen exemptions and persons with disabilities. Seeker move the adoption resolution, the town action to adopt a new local law number 11 of 2023 by repealing local law 23 of 2008. Is an unlisted action for the purpose of seeker compliance. The proposed action involves no permanent granting authorities outside the town. The proposed action will not have a negative impact on the environment and does not require the preparation of a draft environmental impact statement.
Second.
Thank you.
There you go. Discussion. And there's some discussion on this item here.
Well, this is just a secret.
This is just a seeker though.
All in favor?
Aye.
Yes.
No or abstain, passed.
All right. Now we can have discussion. Whereas it is desired of the town board to repeal local law 23 of 2008, which allowed for reductions for medical and prescription drug expenses from the income calculation for the purpose of qualifying for partial real property tax exemption for seniors and persons with disabilities. And whereas the town duly held a public hearing on September 27th, 2023, now therefore be it resolved, the town hereby approves and adopts local law number 11 of 2023, repealing local law 23 of 2008 in its entirety. This local law shall be effective upon filing with the Secretary of State.
Second.
Discussion.
The assessor prepared a, wonderful email. I appreciate that. To me, though, I'm gonna agree with what I did last time. If we can get a couple seniors to stay in their homes, maybe it's one in the next couple of years, maybe it's two, maybe it's 10. I'm not in the business of taking away an exemption that already exists. And if we can help a couple seniors stay in their homes in the future, I'm all for keeping it the way it is.
I think we're all for this new scale that we have here, which will allow many more than what we have now to jump on board. Is that a true statement, Karen?
Income bracket anyway, that's last year. And we probably won't get an actual basis. With Social Security yet, they apply.
Gotcha. Okay. Vote.
My concern when looking at this scale is, and I'm not saying $58,000 or $60,000 is not a lot of money, but it's not what it was a few years ago. And I understand we're talking about seniors, not people with young children, but as someone with young children, I mean, every time we go to Wegmans, you buy the same groceries and it costs more. You walk out with 2 paper bags and you're over $100. And so with that kind of burden on people, it's difficult for me to consider, people with fixed incomes, even if it is, in that income range, it's difficult for me to really square that with taking away an exemption like that. This is a very high tax state. I think that we've done a good job controlling taxes in this town. Hopefully we'll continue doing that, but it's still, it's just, I have a really tough time with supporting taking away that exemption. So that's
Always
where I'm
say
at
it way
with
more
this.
eloquent than I would.
I don't know if that's true, but thank you.
What we'll do is allow more over the 58,000 income to, like, you could probably make up 65.
Yeah, I get it.
And we don't know how many people that would be.
They don't have medical deductions, but they increase the. I figured it was about a 6%, 6 cents per thousand increase for non-senior taxpayers. They got. To cover that.
To cover this, we think it was like a couple 100,000. Okay. Okay. Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
Nobody wants to answer this?
I'm not in favor.
Not in favor. So, yeah. I'm waiting for the other part.
Yeah, wait for the other part.
Aye, anybody?
Can we just do a roll
We'll do a
call
roll
vote?
call.
Just do a roll call then. Okay, do a roll call. Go ahead.
No,
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Number 8.
well, you want to open the public hearing? You got the script for that?
Yeah, let me see. Let me find it here. Hang on 1 second. At this time, I wish to waive the reading of the legal notices that were posted and advertised at the proper time. And this is for a public hearing to consider changes to chapter 14 of the town code dealing with town constables. Anybody like to?
All right, well, yeah, I'll explain. So we created the town constable statute. It's kind of convoluted. Back in 2016 or 2017. So there is a provision of the town law, section 20, which says that if you're a first-class town, which Cicero is, and you have a police department, you can have constables that are civil officers. They would not be peace officers. They wouldn't have any arrest powers. We needed constables that have peace officer powers, so they could be court officers and carry weapons and make arrests, etc. So, and this is something I learned relatively recently, we are actually able to supersede some parts of state law under the municipal home rule law. And we did supersede in that. We just didn't do it properly. So we have a provision that says we are superseding all relevant sections of or parts of section 20 of town law, but there's case law that says that if you're going to supersede state law, you have to specifically say what it is you're superseding. So all this does is fixes that. Our constables are already peace officers. This doesn't increase their power. It doesn't change anything. It's really just an administrative correction that I just happened to, researching something else, came across. So this is really just like I said, an administrative clarification.
Okay.
No change to anything else.
Okay, anybody else? At this time, we'll open the public hearing at 7:04 PM. Anybody like to come up and speak? On behalf or against? Okay, that being said, close the public hearing at 7:04.
All right, I'll do the seeker and then I'll
Go ahead.
Unless you want. All right, move the adoption resolution. The proposed changes to local law or to chapter 14 of the town code dealing with town constables is an unlisted action for the purposes of seeker compliance. It will have no negative impact on the environment, does not require any permitting authority outside the town, and does not require a draft environmental impact statement.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Yes.
And then we have to move for the adoption resolution to change chapter 14 of the town code dealing with town constables to be known as local law number
10,
No.
11.
11.
Number
We're
11.
all wrong.
11.
You just did 11, isn't it 12?
We didn't enact it though.
11 did not
Yeah,
get
we did.
enacted.
It's confusing.
It failed. So it goes, reverts back to the last. one.
11.
So it's number 11. Okay. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Yes.
Vote no or abstain, passed. Public hearing to consider enacting a local law to regulate smoke shops and implement special permit requirements. I wish to waive the reading of the legal notices that were posted and advertised at the proper time. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Yes.
Any board comments? No? Okay, at this time, at 7:05, wish to open a public hearing. Anybody wish to come up and speak against or for this public or this zone change? Nobody. Okay, let's close it at 7:05. I have a couple comments on this. On the smoke shop and the updated codes. I want to thank Bergman Associates, and I want to thank our zoning committee for tackling this for us in a timely manner. There is one change that I would be requesting on this. I think at the end, letter H would be added, penalty for offenses that would refer to chapter 210 of the zoning under 210.35. That's correct, Steve? Great. And then there's a special permit cost associated with this. Okay. Anybody else?
I would like to see the existing shops to have less than 1 year to comply with the change in the lighting in their front windows.
I also had that concern, it should be 6 months.
Is that a regulation that we can apply to the existing shops, Mr. Jermaine? Is that kind of like a time, place, or manner regulation? Is that why? Okay. I would have no objection to amending it to 6 months.
3 months.
I'm fine with that. I mean, 90 days is a long time.
Mhm.
Okay.
Thank
That's
you.
The 6 months? I mean, 3
months.
months, I apologize. 90 days.
Do we need to renotice, Mr. Jermaine, or can we do this on? Even though this is more restrictive. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Thank you. So with those changes that we requesting tonight and that are on, we can vote on this tonight? Robert? Okay, I think
I
everybody.
have another discussion
Go
item.
ahead.
It's the location within 1,500 feet from the nearest point of the property line of one or more existing licensed smoke shops or schools, churches, etc. Can we make that a larger distance?
Steve, I think we had discussion on this, and I think 1,500 was appropriate, given the distance.
At all. And other similar uses. Yeah, I think it's more restricted than the public health law, that's for sure. You know, it's up to you guys if you want to do that.
Does that make it less defensible then if someone were to challenge it?
Could be. They could use that, they could use the state as a measuring stick, but whether it'll work or not is up to a court. what I suggest, if you're gonna make a bunch of changes, I would suggest to adjourn this hearing to a date and time certain, and then circulate a final version,
I think that's prudent.
and also post it on the website.
May I make a statement, though?
Sure.
So during door to door that I've been doing the last couple of years, it definitely is a issue that has widespread support. And I'm just, I appreciate waiting to the next, our next meeting to do so. To get some, I'd like to hear, more from the public as well. So.
Just like to piggyback, I haven't been doing door to door, but this is one of the things, if not the thing that I hear the most from the public on. And it's across the political spectrums. It's, when are you going to do something about these things? Part of the, I think that we've got a concentration of them in a very small area in the town. And while not addressing one that's within the town, I happen to work near one, and I have seen a lot of people that are clearly not of age to purchase some of these products coming out and meeting in a small huddle with other people that are not of age to purchase these products. And, not saying all of them engage in those activities, but it's not, some people are aware of that kind of thing going on. It's not something the public's happy about. So, this being something that I hear about, and Mr. Bacali hears about a lot, I think it's something that merits looking into. That said, we're talking about making numerous changes on the fly here. I don't think
the
that's
right thing to do
I don't
is
think
what
that's a
you-
good practice. So I concur with the town attorney that we should
Wait,
wait.
I agree.
Are we going,
Correct.
but we've already closed the public hearing.
Well,
We closed it. We can
Open back up again.
you can call one for the next meeting or whatever, and we'll re-advertise.
Okay.
But that was part of my reasoning or for asking about making it a further distance.
Right.
I think I counted 10 coming up Route 11 one day.
That
Down,
would include-
starting,
That includes the village though, right?
starting down by you
Yep.
and just Route 11.
I don't understand how they all stay in business with that much
I don't-
competition, but
I
yeah.
don't either, but if that's not appropriate, that's fine.
We can keep it open or.
Well, I mean, the
extend it to
distance.
next- Oh, okay.
Yeah, so moving it out as a resolution, adjourning until whatever date and time, and then we'll re-advertise. And that's fairness.
25th.
Sure, adjourn it to the 25th.
Yep.
Correct. 25th, just 6:30 PM. All in favor?
Aye.
Vote no or abstain, passed. But I like to read this quick on the note of that.
Get whatever changes they want to.
No, I'll read it the next meeting. I'll read it at the next meeting. It's just what the smoke shop law demonstrates to the town of Cicero. Okay, public hearing, consider local law to override the tax levy limit established in the general municipal law number 3C for the 2024 town of Cicero budget. I'd like to waive the reading of the legal notices that were posted and advertised at the proper time.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Vote no or abstain, passed. Anybody like to speak or say anything before I open up the public hearing at 7:14 PM? Anybody like to come up and speak on behalf of this or against it? No, that being said, we'll close the public hearing at 7:14 PM. And board comments? No, move for the adoption resolution to approve a local law to override the tax levy limit 2% tax cap established in general municipal law 3-C for the 2024 town of Cicero budget, known as local law number 12, 2023. Is that correct? 12? Okay.
Be 11, wouldn't it? Still.
11 still?
We didn't do this.
Yeah, we didn't.
Still 11.
Still 11, yeah.
Constable though.
Constable was 11.
Oh, 12. Yeah.
This is 12.
Wow.
Okay.
Well,
Second,
All in favor? Aye.
yes.
You wish to vote no?
No.
No.
Gotta do it.
Okay, do a roll call.
No.
Go ahead.
making her nervous.
Counselor Carr,
No.
Counselor Maurizio, Counselor White,
Yes.
Counselor Bacallo,
No.
Supervisor Aragano.
Yes. Set a public hearing for 2024 preliminary budget. Move the adoption resolution to set a public hearing on October 25th, 2023 at 6:30 PM at the Cicero Town Hall, 8236 Brewerton Road, Cicero, New York, to consider 2024 preliminary budget, including special districts and fire protection districts.
Second.
Discussion.
I mean, our budget workshops are next week. My concern about scheduling the public hearing that soon after is it's not really giving us a lot of time to work on this. It just seems a little bit premature to me to schedule it for so soon after our workshops. I mean, the second one's on what, the 20th?
Last year, we had it done in one night.
I understand that, but this is a
It's on
different
the
year, it's a different
16th.
budget.
Next week is the 16th.
We have two
It
of
gives
them,
us
don't we?
16th and the 20th.
And Monday and Friday, I think.
Yeah.
right?
So I think it's premature. I mean, I'd like a little bit more time. I don't want to have to continue the public hearing, and I don't know that we're going to be, that we're going to be ready on the 25th,
If need be, we can always set a special meeting to do this as well.
which we've done many times in the past. So, I mean, I just think the 25th is a little bit early. I don't want to notice this, have people prepared to come and talk, and then say, oh, you know, we're going to put it off. I'd rather not do that. I don't think that's fair to the public. That's just my thoughts on it.
Okay. Anybody else? All in favor? Oh, go ahead, do a roll call on it.
Counselor Carr,
No,
Counselor Maurizio, Counselor White,
When do we have to have it done by? Sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
November,
It's like
Thursday
November
before
20th last year.
Thursday before election.
you have up until the 20th of November, but it's Thursday before.
Yeah,
Okay.
20th. Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Of November.
Oh,
And
We call a special meeting.
yeah, we used to do it at special meetings a lot. Yeah.
You can do it tonight. I mean, whatever you guys want.
or the October 25th meeting, whatever.
Can we just rescind this then?
Yeah, pull it off the.
Let's
agenda.
just rescind it and take it off the agenda, and then we'll just have a.
Rescind
special-
something when you're in the middle of voting on it?
You can rescind or not take action on something. You can decide not to take action on an agenda item if that's what you want to do.
In the middle of voting on it?
Where are you in the process? I'm not sure. I mean, I think. you can rescind.
Two no's and one yes, so it hadn't passed.
I don't care.
I'll just.
I'm okay with doing that.
Just make it easy, rescind
Honest
it.
answer.
Make it easy, rescind it and get it and be done with it.
Mr.
I'm not gonna
Supervisor, I just want to make sure we do it properly. That's all that was.
just rescind it. All in favor?
Of what?
rescind it.
Yes.
You don't have to just rescind it.
Rescind this. I'm just gonna say that. Everybody wants to let's go to the next, that's fine. Okay, go ahead, Counselor White.
Approved tub grinder rental.
No action.
Move for the adoption of a resolution to rent a tub grinder for this year's brush pile from Clifton Recycling in the amount of $14,000. Budget code SR 81604.
Second.
Discussion.
Mr. Woznicka, so we always, whenever we spend a lot of money renting something, we always ask, what would it cost to buy one? I mean, this is enormously expensive, right?
You're not buying one of these.
What's that? Oh, okay, yeah, great, thank you. So 14,000 sounds like a good deal then.
Mulch?
Oh, that's excellent. I didn't think we'd have that till next year. That's great. That's excellent. Good to know. Thank you.
Okay. All in
And,
favor?
and again, excellent work on that brush collection this year, especially for the first year.
Mr. Woznicka, can you
Excellent.
say that again in the microphone? I don't know if the public can hear it.
We have a small pile of. Oh, there you go. We have a small pile of compost at the highway garage for any resident that wants to come pick it up.
Excellent. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
But no abstain passed.
Move for the adoption of a resolution approving the release of securities from the developer for Wallington Meadows, section 8, in accordance with the September 29th, 2023 letter prepared by the town engineer.
Second.
Discussion.
You're
Oh.
good with this, Kate? You're good with this? Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
But no abstain passed.
Approve the hiring of Carrie Davis as part-time deputy tax receiver. Move the adoption resolution to hire Carrie Davis as a part-time as needed deputy tax receiver starting approximately October 16th, 2023 at a pay rate of $18 an hour.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Vote no or abstain, passed.
Move for the adoption of a resolution to hire Jeffrey Fox as a part-time bingo inspector effective October 11th, 2023 at a pay rate of $50 per session, not to exceed $4,839 per year. An acceptable background check has been completed. Budget code A 31201.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Vote no or abstain, passed.
Move for the adoption of a resolution authorizing the supervisor to sign a letter waiving the 30-day period notice requirement to the New York State on-premises liquor license for Rancho Viejo, Inc., 5909 State Route 31, Cicero, New York, 13039.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Oh,
Do we know when this is opening or? Okay.
Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
Aye.
Just about no or abstain, passed. Discussion, anybody have any discussion?
I do, Mr. Supervisor. On Monday, the 23rd, I will be holding my open office hours from 5:30 to 6:30 PM at the Cicero Nopal with Chief Fortuno as my special guest. So Chief, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Anybody else? No, I have something. So, Mike and I will be meeting with Teresa, our Parks Director, both baseball presidents, field maintenance, Bill Alley, and football president, along with the soccer president. We will be going to each park and we'll be having some discussions about the enhancements of the park. And it would be nice to use some of the ARPA funds to put towards these enhancements. So I'm not sure exactly when that is, Mike. We should have a meeting date coming up here in the next,
I know the big thing was the parking lot expansion of Central Park. I know that's a big, gonna be a big topic, so.
yep, and there's a bunch more stuff too as well. Anybody else? No? Move for the adoption resolution to enter into executive session related to a public employee collective bargaining negotiations
Second.
with Robert. The chief coming or no? No? No, we're all set. Just our town attorney. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We'll be back to reconvene.
You need your pen, Mike?
Oh, well, Ms. Clerk, Madam Clerk, please note the time.
7:24 p.m.
Thank you.
by
a lot of people out there looking to be police officers at this time due to the political climate surrounding law enforcement. And I'm confident that with this contract, we will continue to be able to recruit and hire the best and the brightest. And I thank members of the Cicero Police Department who are here tonight for your service. We appreciate you and we appreciate all you do.
that we do.
Mhm.
All in favor?
Aye.
Yes.
Vote no or abstain, passed. Would anybody like to come up for public input tonight? No? How about anybody on our staff who would like to speak?
I just wanted to promote, we have an upcoming spaghetti dinner to be held at the senior center. It's a fundraiser for the canteen scheduled for Saturday evening, November 4th, 3:30 to 6:30. Tickets are $10. I have some if anyone wants to buy them, and we'd love to see you there. Thank you.
Can we make sure that gets out on our Facebook page and stuff?
Yeah, we
Yep.
put it out today on a whole bunch of social media.
It'll be up there.
Do you have any statistics at all? I know there's not really anybody on usage of that splash pad for the short time that it was open.
No, but I can tell you it was last week, those 2 hot days that we had more there than we did on the first day we opened.
I got a lot of texts from people.
I mean,
including people that don't live in
people
Cicero.
were
that day.
calling our office. Is it open? Is it open? There were so many moms there with preschoolers, toddlers. It
I'm
was
sure.
just amazing.
That's great to see.
was
It's
awesome.
great to hear.
It was
It's a
awesome.
poor statistic, but a lot.
Yeah,
right.
I really have no idea.
Yeah.
And I don't know
It's a
that
good
we'll ever be
problem.
able to know that because there's not.
Yeah,
like
I
a
know, right?
specific
Just-
entrance or anything,
Yeah, and
you
you don't have to, tick something
Right.
going in. Okay.
right?
All right. Well, excellent.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'd just like to remind the public that all our community events are on our website, ciceropd.us. We have a lot of community events coming up, safety events, so on and so forth. And also on the 20th, we will be doing a senior driver educational training, and our volunteers and police service are also having some members trained in a program called Car Fit, which fits our seniors to their cars to help reduce crashes here in the town of Cicero. So just visit our website, and our information on that training on the 20th will be there.
Great.
Yeah, what do you consider a senior?
Feels like it sometimes.
What did you say, Judy?
40.
Let's close the meeting.
Move to adjourn.
All in favor?
Aye.